What up, YouTube? This is your boy Dr. Lee. Today we're just gonna go over all the event, the Apple event that just occurred, and we're gonna talk about my opinions because right now that's all that matters. Just kidding. Anyways, so what are all the stuff that they announced? Apple did reveal the new Apple Watch. They revealed few different colors of their iPhones. They revealed that they had was that Nintendo is actually releasing the first Mario game on the iOS platform. So they did talk about the Apple Watch being fully water resistant now. That when you're swimming, when water enter it, there's the speaker vibrates and to kick out the water and whatnot. So that, and I mean, they did a lot of testing on this thing to show that and to prove that it is water resistant up to 50 kilometers. They also added dual core processor in there to make it a little bit faster and whatnot. Pretty good GPU update here and there. But is this too much, or I mean, is this enough for people to actually be convinced enough to buy the Apple Watch? I don't know. Anyways, this Apple Watch comes in like few different colors as well, and this is including like they have this ceramic color that's crazy expensive. I know it's gonna be like around $1,200 when I checked. I don't know who's gonna buy a watch for $1,200, but hey, if you got the money, it's there. The regular, like the Apple Watch first series is gonna be like starting like $269, and the new Apple Watch is going to be starting like around $300 and whatnot, like $369, $100 more. So you can be the judge of that. What they also did was they included the new chip, the new processor, the new dual processor in the older Apple Watch to make it a little bit faster. That's the option, and the only big difference in the Apple Watch 2 is that you get the GPS update and whatnot. So when it comes to knowing where you are, the elevation and all that stuff, and it's water resistant, that's the few benefit you're getting from the Apple Watch. Other than that, is it valuable? I don't know. Now we're gonna talk about the iPhone, which was the main event and what it's all about. Apple did release two iPhones like they always do every year. The regular size, which is the 4.7, and the larger size, which is the 5.5 inch. Anyways, they also did add a few new things to them and did some improvement, including like colors. They added two colors to their lineup for both phones, but they also upgraded their camera big time, especially on the plus size. They did a pretty good job with that. What they also did was they removed the clickable home button now. So right now the home button is not clickable anymore. It's just still, but also they updated the vibration motor. What they also added was water resistant, which is pretty cool if you ask me. You know, like it's about time that they jump on that. Water resistant is the new tech and is moving the cell phones industry further. I don't know why they haven't done this in a long time, but hey, you know, it's about time. I know Samsung was the first to push on that, and I'm glad that they did. So now, you know, before Apple was the one who will bring out things and then all the other phone companies follow, but now Apple's been kind of slacking off. Yep, I said it, they are slacking off, and hopefully, you know, they will catch up on certain area. But you know, from their keynote, they did improve on a lot of things, and they did surpass in a lot of things as well, which is gonna be another industry standard for them to for other phone companies and phone manufacturers to start following. Dual camera, it's not something that it's new, it's been implemented years ago, but the implementation that we've seen is just not up to standard. You can't just put any technology in there and say, hey, it's there, without it working appropriately or without it being implemented right. So one thing about Apple is when they implement things, they make sure it works, and they will test it and make sure that it works pretty close to perfect. Not perfect, but close enough. Back to the cameras, all right? On the iPhone 7, what they did was they did add, finally, they added that image stabilization now, and they bump up the resolution also on the front facing camera. So on a front facing camera now we have at least 7 megapixel camera up in the front for better image. For those of you guys who like selfies and all that stuff, you guys are good there. Which right now the camera in the front finally shoots in 1080p. Before it wasn't, but now we have 1080p front facing camera at 7 megapixel. So that's an improvement right there. Those little improvements, I mean, it may not be a big thing, but at least they step up their game there. Okay, on the 7 also, the regular size, they did finally add image stabilization, and also it's 12 megapixel in the back, but the aperture have been increased to f1.8, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. Other cameras is not up to there yet. I think the Galaxy Note is like 1.7, but the iPhone is 1.8. Another thing that Apple did was they removed the headphone jack. This is huge controversy, and everybody's freaking out about it. Everybody and their mama and their grandmama is freaking out about it. Who cares? Like, honestly, I don't even use that stuff like at all. I'm in my car, it's connected with Bluetooth, and I'm cruising. I'm listening to music at the gym, it's connected with Bluetooth, and I'm working out, you know. So I don't even notice that the headphone jack is even there, like literally. And the fact that everybody's freaking out about it, it's so stupid. So Apple also, like, they included an adapter. So if you have your super expensive headphone that you want to use, you can still use your adapter. It's not going to be the end of the world. They did release AirPod. It's a wireless AirPod, and a lot of people are actually making fun out of this thing, the way it looks. The functionality is really awesome, just the look is just so stupid. Am I gonna get one? Probably. So I'm gonna be one of those weird guys working out in the gym with that stuff sticking in his ear. Depends on the sound quality and the new chip that they designed for this thing. I don't know. We'll have to listen to it and see if it's actually worth $160. $160 for, you know, I don't know. If it sticks in my ear, I'm gonna keep it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna return that shit faster than you can say Chihuahua. The connection, the way it connects with your iDevice, it just, you connect it near your iDevice and it sync all across board. So you don't need no Bluetooth connection, nothing. Like, really, like the technology that they implemented in this thing, it's really cool. Just the look is kind of a little bit stupid. Now, anyways, we're going to be moving over to performance here. The performance of the iPhone, like the processor, the new A10 Fusion processor. This thing is a beast because they move over now to quad core. So 2 core is doing the heavy lifting, the other one is just chilling in the back for light work, you know. So for checking emails and, you know, all the, according to what they said. And it should be really good for when it comes to PC level game, console level game, like Xbox, PlayStation level game. Really? I doubt it, but that's what they said. So we will see when we have the product in our hands. They also, with all the performance and the processor, they really didn't talk much on the specs of their battery, but they're saying that with all their enhancement, we should have on the iPhone 7, we should have 2 hours of battery life extended. On the 7 Plus, we should have only 1 hour. Now the 7 Plus already have pretty good battery life, but I would take another hour, you know what I mean? Can't hate on their game. Now, last thing to talk about is they because they removed the headphone jack, what they did, a lot of people thought that they were going to add dual speaker, stereo speaker in the bottom. We did see these cases, or these, you know, the casing of the iPhone that had 2 speaker grill in the bottom, so a lot of people thought it was going to be that. But what they did was they added this another speaker, one in the bottom and one on the top. So when you listen to music or whatever, it should be crazy loud. Who knows? I'm sure it's going to be, but it's just like a cheap way of doing things, you know. They put the speaker where, I mean, I'm just hoping that that's going to be pretty loud and pretty good for phone calls as well. We'll see. So I mean, if I'm thinking that if they put a speaker up there, the call quality should be really clean and loud enough, which I'm looking forward to. Because on my iPad Pro, I usually, when I'm using, you know, when I'm using the call, the speakers are pretty freaking loud. I don't think it's going to be an iPad Pro level, but it's going to be better than most, you know, industry standard right now. Moving on to pre-ordering this iPhone. I didn't think that a lot of people were going to be hyped up on this thing, but apparently that's not the case. This iPhone has sold out, especially the jet black color. According to news, it's sold out in 1 hour. Not even 1 hour, like way less than that. And I don't know how many of them that was made, but you can't find any more. And in order for you to get a jet black color, you are looking at estimation. When I called T-Mobile today, estimation is November. That's about it. And even right now, I did order mine. I did pre-order my iPhone because I'm on the T-Mobile jump, so I get a free iPhone every year. I just have to pay a tax. Now, that's something that they don't tell you when you jumping, is that you have to pay a tax. It's like you buying the product. So whatever that tax is, that's what you're gonna be paying. I didn't want to pay too much money because, you know, it's an interesting upgrade, but not like so I'm getting the 32 gig model, and that's I'm getting the 32 gig model. If you have any questions, raise your hands. Until then,